It's Monster Mash, baby. It's my favorite release, it's your favorite release, it's everyone's favorite release. This video, we're talking all about the label. This label art is one of a kind. It's made by Dan Grissom, local artist here in Austin, Texas. In this video, we go to his studio, we learn all about his process and all about the history of Monster Mash labels. Check it out.
My name's Dan Grissom. We're at my print shop, which I call Biscuit Press. I've been working with still for this will be the 6th year. But initially we created this character. We had just talked about Monster Mash, maybe it's like a monster character, but we also want it to be kind of sweet, not like a mean, scary monster character. So I created this sort of tree monster. I made him an oak tree monster because the whiskey is aged in oak barrels. I always feel like there needs to be like a little element of storytelling in almost everything that I do. And so I drew this tree monster, like the rough sketch of it. The first 4 years were kind of putting this monster and his squirrel friend in different scenarios. So the initial one was him sitting outside of rows of corn. He's sitting on an old truck. And then we had him coming back from a carnival. He has kind of a dopey quality. Carnival one, all of his branches are completely tangled up with the lights from going to the carnival, and he just hasn't noticed. The third one, we had him trick-or-treating, but kind of how people leave tables out. You know, take one, please. Take one treat, not the whole thing. Yeah, and so there's lots of little Easter eggs in all those, and like a real story of this tree monster and his squirrel friend just ending up in these Halloween-esque situations. And then for the 5th year, we kind of did like he's in almost like a funhouse mirror kind of thing, and his reflection as he represents each of the first 4 years. For this year, we decided to kind of take it a departure, and so we're doing a little bit more kind of a play on classic horror movies. The first one we're doing is The Shining. So we have him in the hallway of the big hotel with the carpet and everything on the tricycle. And one of the little Easter eggs here is that if you notice, the squirrel is on his back on the typewriter. One little hidden element that is almost not noticeable. Whenever I was looking at images of the hallway, it's a very other than the really recognizable carpets, it's a pretty bland hotel hallway. But there was like a little small framed piece of art. And I was like, oh, that could be the label from the first Monster Mash that's just on the wall there. One thing that's pretty common with horror movies is they usually have a really recognizable lettering style. Even if the poster itself is not super recognizable or something that we could play on, sometimes the lettering style really pulls a lot of weight. And The Shining doesn't really have a lettering style for how The Shining is written, but there is the red rum thing from the movie. And so I wrote Monster Mash in sort of the red rum writing, and so that's what we're using for the label. My favorite thing about working with Still Austin is that it feels like a really creative and collaborative situation where they genuinely want me to create something, not me to make what they want. And so it's been really fun working on those projects because obviously they want to represent their brand in the right way. They're also really open to the artists and really trusting of the artists that they work with. And so it's been really fun working on this project because it does feel like a really creative collaboration. All right, so now I'm just gonna like kind of patch a couple of holes that I saw in the emulsion. So now I'm gonna line this up. So if you look, I'm kind of like looking at where the registration marks are through the screen because that needs to line up. So then I'm just kind of making some adjustments. This is my squeegee. So this is what I'm going to use to push the ink through the screen. All right, I'm going to pour the screen on here, or the ink on here.
How many layers? How many
So
prints? How many colors?
this one is going to be 10.
10.
Which is
that a lot?
not normal. Like normally, like this one that I did for Wilco's Festival is 5. Most of the posters I do are probably between 3 and 7 layers, I would say. But with this one, I could have probably gotten it down to 8 because with screen printing you can do it with transparent inks. There's a yellow in here for some of the yellow leaves. And so I could have done the yellow on top of the red to create the orange and on top of the blue to create the green. But it can be a little bit tricky to get that orange to be the right orange you want or that green to be just the right green. And so with this one, we decided to go 10 colors and just mix all the colors as spot colors because the orange is the orange that's in the carpet. So we wanted that orange to be right, you know. And the green is sort of the green that's on the moss and everything. So that I was like, we might as well just do 10 colors. It's fine. Yeah, so the still ones have always been pretty complicated to print. I think last year it was maybe 11 colors because it had a silver and also a gloss transparency on top of the mirror area to like get a little bit of a sheen. And yeah, so those are generally a little more complicated.
Do you have a favorite so far?
Of the still ones? I mean, I love this one. This one's great. I like the trick or treat one where he's dressed as a mummy. I think that one's fun. Yeah. I don't even know if anybody caught this, but the house number is 7734, which if you turn upside down says hell.
I don't think anyone got that, no.
I do like whiskey, and still is the best out there, so I'm excited about many monster mashes to come.